Individuality, you recognizing your strength, you acknowledging some of the weaknesses you have, and then you focus on who you are as a person.
Christmas season, time of the year that it brings people together. Hello everybody, welcome back to the new episode of La Copy with Henri and Mike. Today is the 11th of November 2022. It is a Friday.
Friday.
And you can see what's happening here. The Christmas tree is already set up and we are ready to welcome Christmas. How's the week, Mike?
So far, so good. Love it. Well, I took my first overseas trip this week with my friends. So I went across the border to Malaysia, like a day trip,
It's an over bridge, I think.
Yeah, over the waters, cross the bridge to Johor Bahru in Malaysia. It's the southern tip of Malaysian peninsula.
So it's quite convenient to drive from Singapore to Johor Bahru.
Yeah, my friends and I, we drove in. So
Right.
you will cross in Singapore. There's this place called Woodlands where the causeway is. So you cross the custom, then you cross the bridge, and then you get into Malaysia's custom. So overall, the entire thing takes around like an hour if you're on a good day.
Yeah.
On a very congested day, maybe 2-3 hours. So we went in a couple of days back. We went around for eating, we went around for shopping, and then we caught up with each other because everybody is experienced pandemic, and then now everybody's moving on to the next phase of their life. We have not seen each other in this setting, in a holiday mood kind of thing, overseas for a couple of years. The last we went out was to Taiwan in 2018.
That was quite some time.
That was been quite some time,
Yeah.
4 years ago. So 4 years ago, we were still young boys. I guess we were still young at heart. Yeah, so that was for me, and that's definitely the highlight of this week.
The last time I went to Johor Bahru, that was when I was really, really young. I think when I was in secondary school. I can't really remember much about it. I remember going through the custom, and there was a shopping mall there. If you go by
City
public
Square.
transport, right? So people kind of like just eat and do a lot of shopping there.
Yes.
I have not been back as an adult at all, but I think they must have changed a lot, no?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, over the years, there was a lot of improvements in terms of infrastructure-wise. Malls, shops, food, there were really a lot of improvement in my opinion. The first time I went was also in secondary school. It was very long ago.
Okay.
So it felt very backward. But then now when I go in, it's just very much like Singapore, Like there's so many cafes, good restaurants, and of course there's a lot of good massage place for you to relax and wind down.
Yeah.
I really like the vibe. It's just slower pace generally as compared to what we are used to in Singapore or metropolitan cities,
And it's cheaper, right?
Because of the currency exchange rate, that's the reason for it being more affordable in a sense.
So there's a lot of Singaporean hanging out in Johor Bahru all the time.
Yeah, it's because we went on a Wednesday. There was this cafe that we went to, was a Japanese fusion cafe. So I think more than half of them, they were Singaporeans because they drove in with Singapore's car license plate. We were just wondering to ourselves, like, what's everybody doing? Don't they have to, work? They work from home, but it's away from office. So I think that's the flexibility that everybody enjoy now. I like Johor Bahru. It's just really a short distance away. You can go over there, do some grocery shopping, eat and all that.
Can you see Singapore's skyline from there?
Woodlands, yes.
Okay.
If you go near to the coastline, yes, for sure, you can see.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, even from Singapore side, if you go to Woodlands, there's this park. I think Woodland Waterfront Park or something.
Right.
From there, directly, you can see across.
You can see Johor Bahru.
You can see the skyline, the custom, then some of the shopping malls there as well.
Do they have any like nature stuff in Johor Bahru?
Sure, they have Johor State itself. There's actually like a very big reservoir where Singapore gets water from. There's one. There's also like national parks around where you can go and hike.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so there's quite a lot of Singaporeans who drive in on a weekend and they will go for a hike around the area.
I only heard so far like people from Singapore, they started cycling more and more from Singapore to Johor Bahru.
Yeah.
I know that's quite a cool trip.
Yes, correct.
I'll put that in my to-do list. One of these visa run, I'll go there, I think. Wonderful. Okay. What do you boys talk about for this trip? What's the topic for this week? Do you have a word already?
Yeah, I do have a word. Basically, I posted to the boys like, what is the biggest challenge of your life currently at this stage? For one of them, it's about transition in the career, because originally he was in finance advisory role, when right now he's moving into ESG, environmental sustainability and governance role. And for him, it's about this transition, because in advisory, he was dealing with insurance products, he was dealing with like investment stuff, and he felt like it was a little bit lonely in the journey, and there's no intellectual stimulant. Yeah, so he wants to engage with people on the higher level in terms of thinking and interaction. So one way he wanted to do was to do it through something related to finance. So that's where he started to pivot. So he was sharing with me and another friend of ours about this entire journey, how it was like. The other friend of mine, he was in finance, he went to real estate. Then after that, right now, because of what he has done before, he decided to pursue a MBA in INSEAD, and he's going to France probably a couple of weeks from now. I'm going to send him off anyway. For him, it's about overcoming the challenges and embracing himself as a person, the strength, you know, because more often than not, I think a few keywords came out when we were talking about this is society pressure, how people put you into boxes. When you tell people, I'm doing real estate, I was just, you're this type of people.
Right.
You know, so they put you into boxes very easily, as it's a mental cue, you see. So people do that. So because of that, there's a lot of like ideas, or he will be thinking about how others are looking at him. Yeah, so that's where he started to dig deeper inside, and he realized that, okay, I need to embrace more about my strength, and then I need to be more of myself. So it cuts across these two friends of mine. That's why to me it's about individuality. This individuality essentially is about you recognizing your strength, you acknowledging some of the weaknesses you have, and then you focus on who you are as a person. You can be different, it's fine.
So wait, the question is, why does he need to do that? I mean, if he already identified who he is within him and he went down that road to discover about himself, why do this MBA?
Well, I think one thing for him is the circles of people that he has been mixing around with. To him, it's like, okay, he wants to go towards an industry like he likes.
What does he want to get into?
Something to do with technology. Okay. Right. So for you to get access into that kind of circle, you need to get a foot in. You can do an internship, or if not, then you can through referral, and because you have experiences before. But what I think my friend has is not the technical experience. He has a lot of like soft skills, which is very transferable. That's great. But I think he wants to get more in touch. Through MBA program, they will be doing placement for you to go into things that are more related to technology and garner some more technical skill set. So that was the decision he has made. And I guess that helps. And he was very clear about it after he recognized who he is as an individual. Therefore, the MBA route.
Right.
You know, so it's getting access to the industry, getting access to the network of people. So I think that's what's crucial at this stage for him. And definitely one of the biggest challenge for him ahead. Yeah, individuality to me. Dare to be different, okay to be different, because more often than not, first 2-3 jobs, you are put into that mold, like, okay, people expect you to do this, and then you do it. But is that truly what you are as a person? It depends. Some people yes, some people no. So it takes maybe a few tour around different things and roles for you to understand this is more suitable for me, and therefore my friends are making this transition into that.
It takes a lot of courage to step into new horizon.
Yes, I think courage is a very important keyword here. A byproduct of this, that you definitely need to have this, pluck up the courage and do it for sure. But I think the key point where I'm talking about individuality is that you really embrace who you are as a person. You go out and act accordingly to who you want to be and who you believe you want to be. Okay. You know what I mean?
Cool. What is your individuality then?
I think right now the biggest challenge for me is I understood my strength, but the hurdle that I'm trying to cross here is about what's happening to the loved one of ours, and that's take up a lot of mind space.
Okay, so I mean that at some point you'll come to an end. Then how are you going to move on in terms of pursuing your own individuality?
I think in terms of, if I talk about career, right? I think the next thing we can look at is like what I did this year when you asked me to whether we should start like a Henri and Mike thing. So the creativity aspect of things start to come up more and more. So it's going back to who I am as a person, like really speaking what I think I can contribute. That's one area. And the other area is, of course, is to engage in social interactions with people of a certain, more like an intellectual exchange of things. And I think it can be done through when you are joining certain companies with certain type of industry. So technology might be one of them, or any other kind. That's more.
So you're still exploring, not sure where you want to get into.
I think I have zoomed in more into like what are the kind of type of corporate cultures I want to go into.
For example?
Something that's more collaborative. For sure, not so top down, where they actually allow you to express yourself, give your thoughts across, and then you discuss about it in order to go towards a common goal.
Yeah, but that's very vague. I mean, for your next move, you need to think about what industry you want to get into. Where possibly are those companies? Yeah,
actually I've thought about this. That's why I say, like, from what I've interacted with people around, technology is definitely one of the areas that I should get into, especially with my background. So financial technology, that's one area that I can look into. So those are the kind of companies that I have been exposed to.
Do you think at the current market climate, whereby most of the technology company, they are laying off people, like Meta just laid off 11,000, 13% of the global workforce.
Yeah.
It also affected quite a lot here in Singapore.
Yeah.
How do you see that? What's the chances of getting into it?
I think there's still chances for sure, but I think in terms of probability, it'll be lesser, because you think about it logically. Those who were laid off, they have the technical know-how, they have the technological company kind of experience. So when the industry start to grow again, pick up, these probably were the people that will be more relevant again. So I need to fight against this type of candidates. So definitely lower, but I still have opportunities, purely because there were cases where I was quite deep into the entire interview process already. So I know that, okay, they like my profile. So I think that's great,
But what you're talking about right now is like not a technical background, but at the same time, you're talking about the commercial and business development background, isn't it? But that's where they are not hiring at the moment. They're kind of freeze on those hiring process.
Yeah. That's why I say that, yes, there's still opportunities, but then the thing is, you got to look at the entire landscape. So that also gives me an idea, like, okay, technology can be one of them, but then I also need to look elsewhere.
Have you given yourself a time frame? When do you want to do that?
Yeah, of course I have. The start process, you can start already doing it now already. Because usually towards the end of the year, I think globally it's the same, like they will wind down towards the end of the year, and then they will start again after like February onwards. So there's a time period where this will pick up.
Okay.
Yeah, so definitely thought about that, and this is definitely some of the conversation I had with my friends a couple of days back when we went to JB as well. Like, what are some of the ways we can strategize and move forward together?
Okay.
Yeah. How's your week?
My week has been busy. I think I kind of resettled back into life in Singapore already. I think this is the second or third week I'm back, right?
Second week, I think.
Second week. I have been testing out 2 different CrossFit box, and then saw and train with different people. It's nice to train with them and to spend time with them as well. So I think we're kind of forming like the little group, which is nice. And then I can see my body changes, all those things. Somehow this time around, coming back in Singapore is more, I think I'm a bit more settled now because of the social circle that I have. It kind of helped me to get grounded in the sense that apart from family duties of what's going on, at the same time, I have a life for myself. You know what I mean? So I don't feel that lonely in some case or the other.
Okay.
I'm also looking forward to the coming trips to Thailand, to Koh Samui. I booked the tickets because 2 of my really good friends, Very, she was here in April. Very. And the other friend of mine, Mona, the 2 of them are flying in from Dusseldorf.
Right.
So we're going to meet each other in Koh Samui, spend 2 weeks together, traveling around the islands, and then kind of like do like pre-Christmas celebration. Because last year I spent Christmas in Bulgaria, in Sofia, with Very and her family. And previous few years, we always making efforts to meet up with each other, either go to the Christmas market, like Weihnachtsmarkt, and then we drink malt wine, like Glühwein. It's just a very special season. So I think setting out a Christmas tree is that kind of joyful moments to bring out, like the season. Because we're almost done towards the end of the year, 6 more weeks to Christmas and 7 weeks to the new year. End of the year, exactly. So I think it's good to kind of like just set up already and put on a decoration so you can feel the festive season coming through. And one thing I was thinking that because this year I won't be going to Germany for Christmas.
Right.
Of course, that's a little bit like, because we always do that. Like after work, for instance, we always, ask a few colleagues, say, hey, come on, let's just go downstairs, to the Christmas market to have a glühwein or meet our friends. So the whole December is like this.
Right.
So that's something I really miss. But I'm also looking forward to the Christmas here in Singapore. It's a bit different. We're in summer, but with CrossFit friends, we kind of like talk about we're going to meet up and do something together. Pre-Christmas dinner, and then with mom and you, where are we going?
We are going for a Christmas afternoon tea. This is an annual affair that we have established a couple of years ago. Every single year at the end, or rather very near to the Christmas Eve or just right after Christmas, we will go for a Christmas afternoon tea.
But this will be the first time joining, I think.
Yeah,
because previously it's only the three of you.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. It's always a highlight, and conversation always revolve around like what's great for the year, what's not too good for the year, and kind of like wrap up for the year and then look forward to the next, So it's kind of like a pit stop. And let's go for the next one, that kind of thing. So I love Christmas really. Every single year, set up Christmas tree, feel the joyous occasion, and you meet up with friends over drinks and meals. Even though in Singapore it's hot, but we make an effort to come together, especially the last few years where more and more friends of ours have been getting their own place. So we've been visiting each other.
Time of the year that it brings people together.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of what to do for this Christmas. I mean, of course, I'm going to spend time with mom, and you guys are going to Australia, right? For the trip.
Yeah. I think as a family, we're going to Melbourne. It's going to be my first time in Down Under. So I am looking forward to it, especially the Great Ocean Road. So the mini road trip within that trip itself. So I'm looking forward to that. And the family interactions, definitely is going to be great.
I remember in Australia during Christmas time, they have a bread, I think Christmas bread or something. They eat that in Australia. I can't remember what it is called, but you can Google that again.
Right.
They do that in Australia, yeah. So maybe that's something that you guys can buy. And also there was summer over there. So the classic thing is, I remember back then when I was studying Australia, a lot of Europeans, exchange students, they would take like a Santa Claus hat and then in their either bikini or in their swimming trunk, and they go to the beach and kind of take that classic photo of, hey, I'm celebrating my Christmas this year down under, because in Europe it's totally like cold and snowing and people go wrap up, I think Christmas is really quite a very special period. I mean, a special season. Not only the tradition that you started already, like throughout the whole years, but at the same time, what we do in Germany is also we will bake Christmas cookies. So we'll go to different people's friends' place, then we'll have some wine or have glühwein, and we'll bake the cookies on the day itself.
Is it like a ginger man thing?
Kind of similar, but have this different version of it. It's called Weihnachtsplätzchen. I think, most of the German-speaking world, they do that. So there's very specific type of recipe. So in Germany, most of the household, they will have a vanilla Kipfel.
What's that?
Vanilla is like vanilla. Kipfel is like it is like a croissant shape.
Okay, croissant bread kind of thing. Or
it's like a half moon shape.
Okay,
it's a cookies.
Crescent
kind of shape, and it's made of with almond inside. Every family have their own recipe, so you always kind of bake different Christmas cookies there, and you put it inside a box and stack it up. And then you either send it through post to your friends or family, especially those who are overseas. So like the mom and dad or or granny and grandpa, they will make that
and then send to their children.
To the children or grandchildren.
Cool.
So it's like a gift, and then whenever people visit you during Christmas period, you kind of take it out and you have like a coffee, tea with the cookies as well.
Okay.
It's amazing. I love that. So I think this year I'm going to do that. I've never really done it by myself. I'll download some recipe online and do it with a friend.
Are you going to send to your friends in Germany?
I need to see. Okay, if I say I need to send something to Germany, then I need to do it already like
next week or so.
Yeah, because it takes some time. Also in December it will be very busy, so I need to make sure that it's delivered before Christmas.
Okay.
But I'm not sure what I can do, but I will try the first batch first to see what it works.
Maybe why not you try it, at least bring it to Koh Samui for Mona and Barry.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, that's a great idea actually.
It would be nice to celebrate an early Christmas together. Right?
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's a good idea actually.
Of Southeast Asian temperature, climate.
True.
That'd be nice, right?
Yeah, I think I'll get them something as well. It's like Christmas season, and I really miss them a lot.
Very miss you.
And it's really nice that they are coming to Asia, you know.
Yeah, yet again for various, because she came
in April this year,
right?
7 months already passed, you know.
Crazy, right?
How time flies. Yeah, but anyway, I'm really happy. I was just speaking to her this morning when I was walking towards CrossFit. So it's nice to...
Oh, you must be late there, right? Because of the time difference.
Yeah, but she's in Prague right now. She's doing like a 3 days, 2 nights trip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think this year we can come down to a very good note, like finish it off in a good spirit, ready for next year to see whatever is going to come.
As you can see today, because of the Christmas episode that we actually have Christmas songs as the background. I hope everybody
That's
can
where Maria is coming. Maria is coming from her closet again and started to sing all the different Christmas songs. Michael Bublé as well, right?
Yeah, Michael Bublé is classic. I think he has a lot of that. Out of the blue. Do you have a favorite Christmas song?
All I want for Christmas is you and you. There's a film I really love. It's called Love Actually. It was filmed in 2000, year 2000.
Is it 2000? 2000. Early 2000, yes. I remember that.
I love that film. Every year during Christmas time, I will watch that again.
Again and again.
It's such a classic.
Okay, so maybe we should put into our agenda during Christmas period.
Christmas movies, right?
Can watch Love Actually.
I love that film there. But what's the word for this week for me?
Christmas. What else? Come on, Merry Christmas.
So individuality and Christmas.
Yeah, I guess Christmas is fine. You know, like Christmas encompasses so many things, from people to the experience to the food, the cake you're talking about, the summer experience down under, Christmas market. Okay. So many things.
Christmas. Okay. So for this week, the words are individuality
and Christmas.
Christmas tree. Whatever you are, we wish you a Merry Christmas. Spend time with your friends and your family during this special season of the year. And Frohe Weihnachten, sagt man so auf Deutsch. Like in German, we say Merry Christmas, Frohe Weihnachten. Wherever you are, look after yourself. Don't forget to subscribe to Henri and Mike. And we shall see you in the very next episode. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Cheers.
Christmas. I really love Christmas.
Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring, snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has